Okay, hello everybody. I know I have stuff on my face already, but I just decided that I was going to go ahead and attempt to do my makeup with this Laura Lee's Party Animal with all the bright colors. So I am going to see what I can actually do with this. So right now I'm actually just putting on my primer over my face. I've already done a bunch under my eyes. My door's open, so you're going to hear the dogs barking. Anyway, so I'm just putting it on. I like this Smashbox one because I just think it just feels so wonderful. And this is what came in with my free gift. It came from Ulta. So I think I'm going to have to go back and get these. I don't know, though, because that It's a Blot is awesome. I love it. So I'm going to have a hard time getting used to it or replacing it for whatever reason. Okay, so that's on. The only thing I'm going to do probably tonight is just do maybe eyes. I don't know if I'm going to actually do a whole face. I'm going to use the It's a Party, and I don't know if I'm going to use this DLS Cosmetics brown that I might, because I think it's going to be like a little bit too brown. If you can see the color there. See the color? It's so brown that it's not going to go with all these bright colors. So I'll definitely probably be using my Maybelline gel liners that I've been using forever. The one that I like the most is the Blackest Black. I've been using it for a long time. It works very well with my oily hoods. So I really like that. I've started using the MAC Paint Pot, the Prolong Wear Paint Pot. So I'm going to go ahead and try that one this time instead of my Ulta, which really, like I said already, is my complete and total go-to because I just like it a lot. So I'm going to use this on my finger and put this soft ochre on and make sure that it's in there really good because I'm not really sure how these bright colors are going to work. The one thing that I want you all to remember, colors are not the trouble. It is almost technique. And what I have learned through all of these years is that it is blending. And that's what the most important thing is. So I know these colors seem bright. I know they seem intimidating, but I think we can make an excellent everyday look out of this. Something that we can do to be in the sun, or something that we can go to like a party with, or something that we can do just generally overall. I don't think it would be something that I would be able to wear to work, which is normally what I only wear my makeup for. I don't know if I would be able to do that. So what I'm actually going to do is integrate a couple colors with it. The two that I'm going to pick are my two Ulta staples that I use all the time. The first one is going to be the Ulta Beauty ones. This is in coconut. These are their single eyeshadows. Here's the coconut one, something that I absolutely love. The second layer that I'm going to use for my transition shades is going to be this one in Say What? My son says it that way. Anyway, so in Say What. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of these, even though I've already primed the eye. I think that I don't really want an additional shade because I'm afraid that it would actually tone down some of the color. So I might just actually have to go to another palette as well. But being said, it's 6 ultra bright shades. The only one that I'm really going to be looking for in a lot of this is I'm going to try to use the yellow, which is the It's a Party. He's a party. And then drinks right here, drinks. Whatever she says, and maybe Bottoms Up in, or maybe even the Hungover. Yeah, that looks like how you feel when you're hungover. So, okay, I guess what we're gonna do is just let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna use a very fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this again in the coconut. I like to keep them in these individual things because when I travel, it is so much easier to just stick them in my travel bag, and it is just so much easier on top of, you know, either grabbing just one. Like the ones that I really like to travel with are my Tartelets because they're all encompassing. These are made by Tarte, obviously, by Tarte. And this is the tartlet that is the Amazonian clay. And this is one that I take with me and I use all the time, and it's gorgeous, and it is one that makes my eyes pop when I want them to. It has purples, it has browns, it has anything that I really want to. So this one I use a lot. The other one is the red one, or the pink one, I'm sorry. This is the spring. This is the more shiny one. This is the Tartlet in Bloom, and this is what that one looks like. So the Tartlet in Bloom, you can see that I've used quite a bit, and that it's another one that travels with me everywhere. But I like it to, I don't have I do not like to take large palettes with me. My makeup bag is already large enough as it is, and just because I like to do stuff, I never know what we're going to do when we get there, because we just like to go. And that's the one thing that I really love about being with Hunter. We just like to get in the car and go. If we want to go to Flagstaff for the weekend, we do. If we want to go to Prescott, if we want to go to Tombstone, if we want to go to Mexico, if we, just want to travel for the weekend, whatever, it's perfect. It really is perfect. So I got these brushes from BH Cosmetics. This is a number 140. So what I'm going to do, and it's the really fluffy one. So this one is where I'm going to take my my coconut, and I'm going to flip this over so I can get a little closer so that you guys can see. And I'm just going to spread this all over my lid just to start a good shade going up to my brows. I'm not doing any of my brows or anything. I just want to see what kind of eye look we can get out of this. So another one with this, and you'll see people going in and out. Again, like I was talking to you guys about before, my son moved out, and my daughter and I went and we picked out paint for all the bedrooms. So I kind of see this as, instead of a spring cleaning, it's going to be a summer cleaning, and summer here takes forever to go away. So I have a lot of time. And okay, so anyway, it's not going to take a long time for us to get it done, but it doesn't really matter whether we do or not, because it's our home and we don't have to fuss over it. Okay, coconut is done. Coconut goes back in the corner. Now, to say what is my next one. This is the other one I'm going to put up here in the transition shade, because I think these will actually help with the bright colors. And you're going to hear our dogs playing underneath. We have 2 pugs, and then we have one that we believe is part Weimaraner, and then probably Golden Lab. She's actually white, but we rescued her. Her name is Sam. We call her Sammy Dante. If any of you have seen the movie Coco, we love that movie, but Sam is the spirit guide Dante. Period. Okay, so setting up these shades. I try to get a little closer here if I can. Sorry, the pugs like to be under my feet. Sam likes to play a lot, and she loves playing with our older pug because he kind of knows how to play. The younger pug, she's kind of a princess that has to either be on a rug or something. So continuing with this Say What, making a nice rounded rainbow over the top of my eye, because I know that this is how this is just gonna have to work. And in my mind's eye, what I am seeing is, ouch, they just bit me. What I'm seeing is somewhat of a, I don't know, maybe a sunset type of version. Earlier also, you guys, when I was talking to you about these things on my wall, like that and these pictures, and you'll see some behind me and over in the corner. When I was going through chemo, I was looking for new pictures to put on my walls. I had a really great picture behind my bed and all the pillows that go with it and that kind of stuff. And then after, oh boy, here they come. After, oh gracious, after I finished chemo, I realized, when they told me you have only so much time to live, it takes a whole different perspective. You change the way you see things, you change the way you do things, you even breathe different. I mean, you are so appreciative of the air that you breathe and the things that you do, that I decided that my daughter's art was what I would want to see on my walls every day. And I'm so glad that I did, because they've been there for years, and they have gotten me through many a rough time when I just didn't feel good, and when I really needed a helping hand. And if it wasn't prayers, and help from God. I'm gonna say it. I'm a Christian, and that's how I feel. I feel like He was listening, and in my prayers from Him. And if you don't pray to that one, then whoever you choose to go to for your higher power, or if you don't, whatever. I find that those are the things that kept me out of the woods, the things that kept me going, especially when I was puking, my hair's falling out. They gave me hope, a lot of hope, because I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see my kids. I wanted to see my grandbabies. I don't have any yet, just I keep referencing that. I mean, this is my long-term future. So anyway, that's what we're doing from there. Okay, so back to the palette. I'm sorry that I get off track a lot. I just like to visit. So, okay, we're going to try this yellow. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little mirror here. Oh boy. I barely touched it, and I brushed it off. There is enough pigment on here for both eyes. I think what I'm going to do with it is automatically bring it down to the front of my lid, because I am just gonna roll with this, and I'm going to create some type of neat color with these, because I love the bright colors, and I always think to myself, when am I going to get to be able to use them? Or when would I ever use them? So I don't know if yellow is for me. Probably not on my blue eyes. Maybe once I get some. Yeah. Maybe once I get some foundation on. Okay, I want to clean off that brush because there's not much that. I do have a cleaner, and I love this thing. This is what it is. It is a color cleaner. I got them actually off of Overstock.com, which I only paid $5 for them, for them maybe. So Overstock I ordered 4 because I ordered one for my daughter and my 2 friends. I use it every time. So if you watch me and I look down and I use this, and guess what? The brush is perfectly clean, so I can use the next color with the same brush. I have hordes of brushes. There are just choice few that, especially if I'm nervous about making a new look that I really want for myself, then I'm careful about which brushes that I use. I have about 6 of them though, so it doesn't really matter which one I grab. Okay, so we're gonna try this orange. Just flicked it off. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, what I'm gonna do is put that in the crease. Pulling it forward down the center. Just going to immediately go down the center. Going to blend it with the yellow, but I'm going to go down the center. Okay, get a little more. Brushing it off, using my mirror. Going to go right into the crease. Not quite all the way to the front, but I'm gonna just try to go under the yellow, and then again just dab a little, and I'm gonna pull that down the center of my lid. Just brush it on best I can, because we can touch that up later. These are such bright colors. Hunter's on his way in, so in case you see somebody walking in. Wow, bright. These are so bright. Okay, keeping the orange. And then I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead with this bottoms up and use the bottoms up on the inside. Keep the orange in the center, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll use a little bit of that blue or of that purple. I just keep looking at it because, woof, that's some bright colors. So what I'm going to do now is grab these Eco Tools. This is the smudge and the blend. This is our smudging end, which is tighter, and that's the one that I often use for my underline liner, no matter what. I think it's fantastic. I like that one, And this other color pop brush that I got, this one is fantastic. It doesn't really have a number. Oh, this is the Elf Crease one. I'm sorry about that, the Elf Crease. So, yeah, I think what we'll do to go out here is I'm going to use the bottoms up. And that is this pinkish red color. So let's go ahead and use that one. See, I'm going to put that towards the outside here in the crease and along the outside. Okay, let's grab a little more. I'm going to use the mirror in here. I like the size of this mirror. It's comfortable. It doesn't seem to like cover my face when I'm trying to look at you guys when I'm trying to speak. So I really do like this mirror. It's actually an excellent. There is a lot of kick up though out of this one. Oof. That bottoms up. Woo. That's wow. A lot of kick up, kind of like the Anastasia one. I have the Soft Glam as well. I want to do one tutorial on that as well, just for you guys, because I mean, there's so many girls that are on here and so many women that are on here. A lot of them are so young. And again, this is going to be for us that are moving on. Our kids are growing up, finishing college, maybe in our 40s-ish. I don't know, 36. That's what Kylie says. She says I'm going to be forever 36. So let's get this one in the crease. And take this one to the edge just a little. I'm going to take a little more of that bottoms up, and I'm going to go right on the inside where that yellow is. Just a touch on the inside of my lid. And then I'll take a little bit more, brush it off, just to move it in. I don't, unless I'm using more, I guess, of a darker color, I don't like to take my inner lid all the way in. There's so many people that bring it up into here, and I think one thing that does is it shades our face. It just makes us look like we're trying too hard. Does that make sense? I don't want anyone out there to think of my tutorials as being where we're just going to gob on a bunch of makeup, and I don't want you to do that. I want you to have functional, fun makeup that you feel good about wearing. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks about what you look like or how you wear it or what you're doing with it. It matters how you feel. Do you feel fantastic? Do you feel beautiful? Do you feel dorky? Do you feel whatever? That's just what makes you happy. That's what makeup's for. And you know what? Men are missing out. So, but we know there's plenty of men out there that are doing their makeup as well. My tattoo artist and piercer, he paints his nails. Really? Sorry guys, dogs got a little wild. Hunter had to put the smack down. Woo-saw. That's what he tells me all the time. Woo-saw. So actually, I am going to tell you, these are blending out so nicely. I am very impressed, especially for being so pigmented. They are not overly dry. Even though they look dry, they look like they would be a very dry formula that goes on. Other than the kick up so far, I am finding that I really like the bottoms up, the pink that I'm putting on right now. I do really like the blend of the orange and the yellow. I do think that it looks kind of like a sunset, and I think that that's exactly what I was going for. I only want to use just a little more of the bottoms up to just pull in a little bit further. I might still even take it all the way into the center. You know, we're going to mix in the orange because we're going to go back with that. We're going to pull this in the front. Okay, a little more of the bottoms up. I'm trying not to get out of the habit of looking at my camera. I'm looking in a mirror. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then so after that, I want to go ahead and use this little crease one. This is the e.l.f. crease that I just talked about. It's a crease brush. It doesn't have a number. It just says it's a crease brush. So what I want to do though is, because I've done these three and I don't want to do that bright blue, I think what I really want to go for is the dark purple. So let's see what that one can do. And if this one doesn't do it right, then I guess we take it all off and we start again. That's the best part about makeup. Again, still a lot of kick up. There's that kick up. I've been trying to just brush it off with my brush. I am not a person that likes to be messy. I don't like to get messy. I don't want my hands messy. I'm a true girl, even though I'm tattooed and love heavy metal. Go figure. So, okay. So I'm just gonna dot this in, because with this being so kind of dry, let's try this. If anything, we're gonna go with the orange. We're gonna finish the center. We're gonna use the purple on the outside, bring it down, and we're gonna take it underneath the lid, and then let's see what we can do, okay? So let's go right in, do the outer V. What does Anwin say? Anwin say, I know that you're part of my page now, and I absolutely love you. We say your outer vagina. Let's just work on this outer vagina. See, this is what I was concerned about. Notice how it's going on, and the powder's fraying. It's almost falling apart. Maybe I need more. It's not working as well. This one is a shimmery shade that's in the box. It's just not blending. It's just not blending like I figured it would. Wow. I really thought that that would have made a bigger impact, especially with a crease brush specifically. I'm wondering if maybe it's just too, it's just packed. Seriously, look when I put this in there, okay, when I do this, when I touch it, look, it hardly moves. You can see it, but I'm like touching it, and then see the fallout. It's just, it doesn't even move. So this is what's on my brush. So I'm gonna put this much on my eye and see if I can get this to actually blend out. There goes the little pug. Okay, so let's see what we get with this one. Still not happy. Well, you know what we'll do? We're gonna line this in here, and then we're gonna blend. That's the key. Blending, blending, blending. So let's do this outer vagina. Courtesy of Anwin. Okay, now we'll get back to blending in a minute. Let's go ahead and take this underneath, and we're gonna look up. And I'm just gonna take it halfway, because I am gonna actually blend in some of that orange and some of the, wow, that is a really bright color. Really bright color. I think Hunter's gonna close the door for me so you guys can hear me. Okay, so I'm going to keep this brush out, but again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it in this, and this is one of the most amazing things that you're going to find. I think I saw Jeffree Star use it once, and I kept thinking to myself, where can I wash these brushes, because I get tired of washing them at least once a week. I was using so many brushes, and I have my brush cleaner and all that kind of stuff. This just eliminates the need to wet them to really scrub them. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't wash your brushes, but this takes a lot of the dry powder out of your brushes. If you use some for cream contour, if you use them for cream anything, those I recommend washing in the sink whenever you get to it. I don't know how often everybody washes their brushes, but I try to do mine once a week. Okay, so we're going to go back into this palette for this mirror, and I'm going to go ahead and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into the yellow. Actually, no, take that back. We're going to tone this down a little. So we're going to take Say What. We're going to go back into the Say What with actually the original, with my original one. These are just base shadow brush. I got these at Ulta, and this is a Real Techniques one. This one's Real Techniques. So we're going to go back in with this shade, Say What, and I'm going to grab a mirror here so you guys can see. What? let's go back in and see if we can kind of blend this a little bit better. I do want to put some more orange in the center. Again, this is all about blending, guys. And I'm thinking that because those darker shades are so pigmented, I think that's one of the reasons why they tend to be drier. I don't know anything. I will say this right now. I do not know about making makeup. I have no idea how they do it. I learned a lot years ago when I did work for Mary Kay. And if you prefer Mary Kay, I want you to find a consultant in your area. You can go to marykay.com. I'm not advertising for them. I'm just letting you know that if that's what you want, I am still an advocate for them. I still think they have the best skincare products, and I want to go back to using them, especially since I've done this now. Like I said, for years and years I used them. So again, I'm not advertising for Mary Kay. I am completely all by myself. I am not supported. I'm not sponsored. I'm not anything. Everything comes out of my own pocket. I'm doing everything on my own. So on the other eye, I'm going to go ahead and take some of that Say What again in that Ulta shade. And again, I'm going to blend over the purple because I think that it's just such a dry formula with a soft hand too. Soft hand. Making some circles, bringing it down into that inner V. And this is where it comes down to definitely just blending all the colors that you used. I feel like Bob Ross. Did I just sound like Bob Ross? We're painting a happy tree. It's a happy tree. Happy trees. We're painting happy trees right now. Okay, so I don't know if I look like a clown or not, but I would actually say that I don't think this is too bad. Laura Lee, I think you might have hits on something, especially when you get the match to this one, because she also is offering a neutral toned one. So take the bottom here. Okay, go in with a little bit of yellow, same brush. Gonna flip that off. Okay, I'm gonna work on that upper top because I want the yellow to be seen. I think it is a gorgeous color. It is something that is extremely indicative of a sunset. So if you're looking to produce something that would be something to that effect, I think it would be fantastic to actually use the yellow on the overcolor. So let's just blend that. And you know what? I think that this purple in here would actually make an excellent cut crease color. Excellent cut crease color. So, Ann Nook, if you happen to watch this, do one of your cut creases for me, please, because I think that you are amazing when it comes to cut crease, and that's an art. That's really hard to do. So, I think that I have these ones kind of cut out nicely. I am kind of impressed. The center here is still kind of not quite what I thought it would be. Now see here, I have it in my eye. The purple's in my eye. The one thing I will tell you is I am not having any eye soreness, any redness, anything from it. That's a good thing. So that just proves to me, because I have very sensitive eyes, and especially because of my MS. Also, I wear contacts every day because I am very, very nearsighted. I am a -10, which means that I am almost legally blind, but since I'm still correctable, they do not say that I am blind, but I really am. So that doesn't have anything to do with my MS. I think it's just genetics. My mother's that bad. So let's see. These colors, I think they have turned out really great. I think with a little bit of cleanup. And okay, so with this palette, I think so far that I've gotten really great coverage. I love the purple underneath. What I do want to do right now is go ahead and take some concealer, and I am going to use my Shape Tape that everybody loves, but is so thick for me that all of these bags under here, it just sits. It sits horribly. No matter how much I hydrate, no matter how much I do anything, it just sits and it looks terrible. So, okay guys, I'm back with just a little bit. I just finished up that eye. The new concealer that I really want to try is this Instant Age Rewind. There's a second one that I'm going to get a hold of is also that's supposed to actually help with these under eyes that I was just complaining about. But for right now, I'm going to use this. I like it because it's a light formula. And so far, so good. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with a beauty blender. And then we'll go from there and we'll just see what it looks like. I like to do just the shadow to see where it goes from there. I had a lot of people actually tell me that they were excited to see me try to do something with this eye color palette, because they were kind of just as surprised as I was by what came in the BoxyCharm. It's end of summer. Well, it's August here. Summer doesn't really end until, I don't know, somewhere around November for us, I guess. But so for us, it stays warm for a long time. But for everyone else, they might even start seeing their cooler temperatures at night. By the way, we get up to about 96-degree weather. I think last night we got up to maybe 70. I think this morning we got up to like 70. Got up out of bed to like 70 degrees. So something to that effect, possibly. Since I have some orange and some yellow on this one, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can blend this one out. I'm still, you can believe it, still trying to decide what I want to do with the center of the eye. I don't specifically want to leave it just open, but I might just go back with the orange. Let's maybe do that. Let's go back with the orange and just put some more orange in there to see if we look like a clown or if we don't. So, okay, since I want to be so specific, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and take the orange. See, oh my gosh, it's still so dry. So dry. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right and just dot it in to the center. And then I think I'll rub it out a little bit. And take a little bit more. Put it in the center of this one. I did not use this Shape Tape right now to go ahead and put this on. There's nothing glimmery about this matte shade, so I feel that just with my eyeshadow base and what I have on should be plenty to help keep it all day looking okay. So here, this is an extremely, I don't even know how you would describe it. This would be probably described as one of the most extreme warm color shades that you could probably ever see. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put on my eyeliner and see what happens with that. Okay, everybody, well, since I messed up the last of the other one and I accidentally deleted the wrong section, I thought I would just refilm a little bit of my final thoughts on this one. This is what's up with the eyeliner. I didn't put any mascara on, and I really thought that this actually was it's a really good look. I do like it with the concealer on. Maybe tomorrow, actually, I'll turn around and try it again. It just depends. I know I really want to do a review on the Zodiac palette, so I will get that done. I crawled in bed to turn around and edit and do everything what I'm supposed to do, and then realized that I turned around and deleted the end of the video. So I'm sorry about that, but this is my final look. I would say definitely this is something good to have, but it needs to be with a second palette. This is something that you can't actually have all by itself. It needs to be paired with something else, something with some transition shades, something with a little bit more neutral. But I think that I've kind of made it work, so I think it looks pretty good, and I'm very surprised. The only thing I was shocked by was a little bit of kick up, but how pressed the powders were. It was initially the yellow powder had a lot of kick up and didn't take much for the brush to turn around and grab some color and some pigment, but the more I started working with the orange and stuff, the really darker shades were very pigmented and extremely what seemed to be dry. they just seem to be dry. So it was like really hard to get them out of the pan and onto your brush. And I think I showed you guys that. Again, thank you very much for watching this. I look forward to doing more. I'm going to get better at these, I promise. I do promise that I will get better at these and probably not chit chat so much. I know I cut out a lot, and there's going to be some things that I actually talked about on my MS channel that I remember talking about on the other one. So let me know what you think. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Let me know if there's something that you want to see, any type of technique or anything else, any other palettes that you want me to try out, any other specific foundations or blushes or highlighters or lipsticks, anything like that. Just let me know if there's something that you'd like me to try, and I'll certainly put that in the list of things that I want to do. So again, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you soon.